She does the thing. She's looking at her phone while also looking at the screen. It's very concerning. And then she's like, okay, if you could just take off your pants, we're gonna do the internal one now. It's 9 in the morning. I was not prepared for this. Like, if I know I'm gonna have sex, I'll try to shower. And if I know that a nice lady that I'm going to feel like I really need to justify myself to, just because she hates me so much, is going to see my genitals, I would have showered. So I'm just embarrassed to take off my pants. She's like, don't be embarrassed, it happens all the time. She throws me this little tiny like towel with ducks on it that I can just like throw over myself. I'm like, I don't care about me seeing my vagina, I just don't want you to see my vagina, but that's just me. She's doing, for those of you that haven't had an internal ultrasound, it's a very cold wand with a camera that goes into your lady garden. Anyway, this is all going very awkwardly, but fine. I have to pee, I'm a little tired, but then she sneezes. And it goes all the way back and hits me in the cervix and I pass out. I'm not slighting any of the men I've dated, I'm just saying they beat up the sides, they've never quite hit the bottom. This was new for me. I woke up, the lady had made a point to throw an additional duck towel over me. I was like, so you did the procedure? And she's like, no, you were unconscious, we stopped. I was like, okay, so Eastern Health apparently has different rules than like Newfoundland cab committees, that's fine. Guys, we'll put a pin in that, I'm coming back to that, don't worry. So then my doctor tells me I have cancer. And I'm not good at breaking bad news to other people. Like, I'm less concerned about me and more like, how the fuck am I gonna tell people this? That's upsetting. Like, my dad died a very long time ago. Like, I love him, I miss him, but like, I've adjusted to that. I don't like telling people my dad died because then they get sad. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. You know what? My dad didn't die. He lives on a farm. He's very happy. He's very happy. He's having a good life. So like I thought like, okay, well I'm gonna have a cancer party. I'm just gonna make a cake that says I'm full of tumors. I'm gonna leave it in a room with balloons and be like, I'm going out, boys. Just have the cake. Text me later. But then one day, this all changes. About a week after that, my doctor calls me and he's really excited. He's this tiny little Croatian man. And he's like, you have to come back. I have information for you. And I was like, okie dokie. And I'm sitting on the bench, I'm waiting, and I'm looking at the posters too. The posters are upsetting. Like, I remember when I was a kid, the medical posters that you saw at your doctor's office were like cartoon germs being washed down the sink. And now it's people like you and me, they're standing on a gray back room with their arms crossed, and they're just like, have you ever breathed fresh air? You have AIDS now. It's true, like, I want them to make a new poster that's just like a 90-year-old man, he's smiling, he has no teeth in his head, he has a giant mole, and he's smoking through the hole in his throat. The caption is just, fuck it, probably nothing. So I go to my doctor's office, and he bursts through the door, like, from like Kramer Seinfeld era, bursts through the door, and he's like, good news! I'm like, okay, that's never good news when you say it like that. He's like, you have 2 blood types. I'm like, you realize that you telling me this is basically like you telling me I have like a nipple on my tailbone. I've never seen it, and I don't know what to do with this information. But he explains to me that that weird lump sticking out of my abdomen is a twin that I ate when I was in the womb. I'll give you a moment to digest that, guys. I was dominant for once in my fucking life. Like, if I ever get knuckle tats, they're gonna say push over. If I ever get a neck tattoo, it's just gonna say sorry. If I ever get a back tattoo, it's gonna say maximum capacity 2 people. Different story. So, like, I told my boyfriend, and he was just like, that's fucked. That was his response for most medical things that year, by the way. I explained to him, I was like, no, don't think it's a bad thing. Think about it. Every time that we've had sex, you've been in a threesome with twins. This was not the right answer, because he reacted like you guys with just a quiet disgust. Just like, oh no, oh my. But like, you guys don't understand the way that I'm looking at it. Like, I'm finally like hotter than one of my siblings. Okay, like, you have my brother up here, you have my sister up here, you have Sarah way down here, which is not good when you have siblings up here. But then you have Connie. I named her Connie. Who has 2 teeth and no eyes. I had to get it removed. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you have basically a C-section, your abdomen turns into cookie dough, and they give you really good drugs. I woke up at the hospital, I was like, can I hold her? They didn't know what to do with me, so my best friend next of kin just dunked a sock in water, and she's like, here you go, buddy. That's you. That's your baby. When my abdomen was made of cookie dough, my doctor was just like, try postnatal yoga. And I was like, do I need to tell him that I don't have a kid? He was like, I would recommend against it. I was getting judged very harshly by all these yoga moms, and I was asked to never come back. I remember they were all doing their poses, and they're like, I'm just trying to get my body back after the baby. I'm like, I'm just here because I killed my sister. So guys, I touched on the cab thing. I'm gonna bring it back. Can I get dark with you guys? Are we cool?
Yes.
All right. It seems kind of ironic. If I'm forcing this information on anybody and you don't like it, like by all means, like plug your ears, go outside, do your thing. So a couple of years ago, what happened to me was I got very, very drunk. I threw up. I passed out in a cab. I woke up and I had a cab driver licking the inside of my mouth and groping me. Yeah, my first thought was, that's fucked and I didn't give you permission. My second thought was, you just watched me throw up and you're licking the inside of my mouth. Thank God I didn't shit myself. You're allowed to laugh, guys. If you don't laugh, like, this is not going to end well for anybody. I do all the things that you're supposed to do when that happens. Like, I made a police report. I had to tell them that I got molested, and I feel like I'm too old to say molested. Like, when a person my age says molested, it's like a grown-up going into, like, a fancy restaurant and ordering a plate of biscotti. You're just like, oof. That made it, like, double sad. I went public with it, because, like, I was just outraged that this wasn't dealt with particularly well. I was upset that this was a thing that, like, they weren't paying close enough attention to. Yeah! I think that might have been a guy downstairs. Maybe. Or you're just, like, super enthused about police reports. You're like, yeah! Every Thursday I make a police report. Yeah! But, like, when you go public, what they don't tell you is that a lot of people will write really, really mean things to you for no reason on the internet. And one of the pieces that we did on CBC, we did a piece that they asked me to be a part of that was basically like they wanted to expose cab companies for accountability. And I was like, fuck yeah, because when I went public, like 30 women wrote me with the same story and a different guy. It's not good. Fucking take care of your friends. If you put your friend in a cab, take a picture. That's my only PSA tonight. And most of the comments were really positive, with the occasion of a couple of dick people. A lot of people, one person wrote like, you know, you're a drunk slut and you should kill yourself. I was like, I would, but like TV. Stranger Things is coming out. I got stuff to do. Maybe if it sucks. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, like, I've also like got suicidal inclinations. And again, you guys are allowed to laugh because if you don't, I might not be here next week. Not trying to manipulate. I'm just saying. So like basically, like my mom's been saying this thing since I was a kid. She's like, I brought you into this world. I can take you out of it. And I'm like, I've been ready to go since I was like 8. Now's good. But one person on one of the comments on CBC wrote, sexual assault is no laughing matter. Much like Sarah Walsh's comedy.
Aww.
And I wanted to be hurt, but that was really clever. Better than that, the next comment after that. My baby sister, she's not a baby anymore, she's 25, but she was like on top of that. Any negative comment, she tore him to shreds. That comment, right underneath it, my sister wrote in, Mom, get off Facebook, this isn't the place. And it was amazing. Guys, you've been great, have a great night.